St. Lucia's Prime Minister survives a no-confidence motion, and in sport, Shannon Gabriel and Shane Dowridge pass fitness tests ahead of the second test in Antigua. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean Intent for Wednesday, January 30, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
You know, there are about 1 million people who will soon not get a paycheck. The president and members of Congress live in such an isolated world. They have no idea how real people live. I mean, just the mental stress, the anguish of not getting paid, not going to work. Your whole life is disrupted because you're not usually at home. You're probably arguing with your spouse.
Today we're here talking about the Jesus Ferreira case, which is the police shooting case.
Yes, it was.
You represented Mr. Ferreira.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the facts of the case.
This was a series of unfortunate incidents, so to speak. Everything was done that you could do wrong in police procedures was done wrong here. The police have a confidential informant, a snitch. The snitch tells them that so-and-so is a drug dealer and is armed and dangerous.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister Allen Chastanet easily survived a no-confidence motion debated for several hours yesterday and voted on in the early mornings or the early hours of this morning. Now, opposition leader Philip J. Pear had moved the motion, accusing the Prime Minister of being an uncaring and reckless leader, as he called on the 17-member Parliament to support the motion that would result in Chastanet's removal as head of government. But after contributions from MPs from both sides, the members of the House voted along party lines. All 11 MPs from the ruling United Workers' Party stuck by the Prime Minister, while the St. Lucia Labour Party's 7 voted yes. Earlier, defending Chastanet's leadership, Castries Central MP and External Affairs Minister Sarah Flood Burbuin said it was time for the SLP to accept that it had lost the 2016 general election.
Brought this motion here shows a complete lack of respect for the democratic process. That is what it is. A complete lack of respect for the democratic process. The people of St. Lucia in June 2016 voted this government in and voted this Prime Minister to lead the country. It is just 2.5 years and they refuse. They refuse to accept the will of the people. That is what it is about. Because they have been in election mode from June 2016.
Flood Bourbon appealed to the opposition to stop getting in the way of government doing its work for the people of St. Lucia.
Allow the term of office to run. You will have an opportunity. Elections will come at the end of the term of office. The people will decide again. What is the hurry? What is the hurry?
Venezuela's Supreme Court has barred opposition leader Juan Guaido, who has declared himself the country's acting president, from leaving the country and frozen his bank accounts. Now, the move comes hours after Chief Prosecutor Tariq William Seab asked the government's stacked High Court to restrict Guaido's movements and freeze any assets. Now, Seab said a criminal probe into Guaido's anti-government activities has been launched but did not announce any specific charges against him. Both Seab and the Supreme Court are aligned with the embattled Maduro. As leader of the National Assembly, Mr. Guaido has immunity from prosecution unless subject to a ruling by the country's top court. Now, head of the court, Michael Moreno, says the opposition leader is prohibited from leaving the country until a preliminary investigation is complete after he caused harm to peace in the Republic. The court decision comes shortly after the U.S. said it had handed control of Venezuela's U.S. bank accounts to Guaido, whom it now regards as the country's legitimate president. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Parliament has approved the estimates of income and expenditure for the 2019 national budget. Government has outlined measures to increase revenue from taxes, increase employment within the public service, as well as revisit pension reform. Finance Minister Camilo Gonzalez, who presented the figures to legislators on Tuesday, will deliver the budget statement to Parliament on Monday. But he said that the EC 1.67 billion fiscal package represents a 7.4% year-on-year increase, and that the hike in the total outlay in 2019 is accounted for on both the capital and recurrent sides of the fiscal package. Now, Gonzalez presented the figures amidst protest by members of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union and the Public Service Union over the government's handling of matters affecting them, including salary increases. Now, according to the figures presented in Parliament, recurrent expenditure, including the amortization and sinking fund contributions, is estimated at $844.7 million, with capital expenditure of $222.5 million. And stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Welcome to Funhouse Visual Media, CareVision's new digital video production and corporate communication division, your one-stop shop for creative marketing solutions. Trust our experienced team to work with you to determine the best strategies to suit your goals and budget. Our aim is to tell your story using an innovative and meaningful approach, and to provide you with the best product conveying your company's message. Video adverts are the most effective method of advertising with the best return on investment. Partnering with CareVision, your message will be seen on all of our international distribution platforms. Contact us at production@carevision.tv about our special production and advertising packages, and see how we can work for you. CareVision and Funhouse Visual Media, your one-stop for creative marketing and advertising solutions.
Speedster Shannon Gabriel and wicketkeeper Shane Dorridge have recovered from minor injuries picked up in the opening test and have been passed fit for the second test starting in Antigua on Thursday. Now, Gabriel limped out of the fourth day's play at Kensington Oval last weekend with a bruised toe as West Indies ramped to an emphatic 381-run victory, while Dorridge also sat out proceedings with a sore back. West Indies team manager Raw Lewis confirmed on Tuesday there were no major injuries in the squad as they chased a historic series win. Now, Dorridge meanwhile batted outstandingly in the second innings to finish unbeaten on 116, but was replaced by Shea Hope behind the stumps for the entire fourth day. West Indies named an unchanged squad for the upcoming test, but have added fast bowler O'Shane Thomas as a 14th man after the Jamaican acted as a cover for fellow pacer Zari Joseph for the first test in Bridgetown. Still in cricket, newly appointed TNT Red Force head coach Mervyn Dillon says they will not be taking defending champions Guyana Jaguars for granted when they clash in round 6 of the regional 4-day competition on Thursday. Now, speaking on the sidelines of the team's preparations, Dillon says they are looking forward to the challenge.
Slightly.
I'm quietly confident. The guys have been, the sessions have been really good. Like I said, I'm really enjoying working with the guys, and I love the chemistry that I have with them. Having said that, we know the work that we have our work cut out against Guyana. They've always been a tricky team. They've been a very consistent team, even recently. So we look forward to it. We look forward to the challenge, but we have to look at the things.
That's Caribbean in 10. Good afternoon.